In today's hyper-connected world, it feels like nothing is safe from hackers. From your email account to massive corporate servers and even government databases, skilled attackers seem to find a way in. We've seen it time and time again. But what if there was technology so secure, so fundamentally different, that hacking it becomes practically impossible? This isn't science fiction. It's the frontier of digital security, where the very laws of physics become your best defense. We're not just talking about better firewalls or longer passwords. We're talking about technology built from the ground up to resist everything. Let's start with the mind-bending world of quantum encryption. Imagine sending a message that is physically impossible to intercept without destroying it. That's the core idea here. Instead of using traditional bits, which are just ones and zeros, quantum encryption uses qubits. These are subatomic particles, like photons, that can exist in multiple states at once. The moment an eavesdropper tries to observe or measure a qubit, its state changes instantly. This is a fundamental principle of quantum mechanics called the observer effect. So, if a hacker tries to peek at the data being transmitted, the message itself becomes corrupted. The sender and receiver would immediately know that someone tried to intercept it, making the entire communication channel useless to the attacker. It's like having a security guard who can tell you someone looked at the mail before you even open it. This isn't just theory. Companies are already building quantum communication networks that are inherently secure. Now, let's take this a step further. Imagine a computer so secure that it isn't even connected to anything. Recently, researchers demonstrated a quantum computer that operated in complete isolation. It had no network cables, no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, nothing. So how did it transmit data? It used beams of light. By encoding information onto individual photons and sending them through the air to a receiver, it created a one-way communication link that was completely invisible to traditional network scanners. There are no ports to exploit, no protocols to hack. You'd have to physically place a detector in the direct path of the light beam. And even then, quantum principles would make it incredibly difficult to decode the information without being noticed. This is the ultimate form of being offline, creating a data fortress that is completely detached from the digital battleground where most hacks occur. This idea of physical isolation isn't entirely new. For decades, intelligence agencies and high-security organizations have used something called air-gapped computers. These are machines that are, by design, never connected to the internet or any other unsecured network. They are physically separated, or gapped, by air. So how do you get data on or off them? Very carefully. Information is typically transferred using specially prepared, heavily encrypted USB drives. The process is manual and involves strict protocols. A person physically carries the drive from one machine to another. This sneaker net, as it's sometimes called, might seem old-fashioned, but it's incredibly effective. It eliminates the threat of remote attacks entirely. A hacker in another country can't break into a system that is connected to the outside world. To compromise an air-gapped system, you would need physical access, and that's a whole different level of security challenge involving guards, secure facilities, and background checks. Even with an air-gapped system, there's a theoretical risk: wireless signals. A compromised device could potentially leak data through faint electromagnetic emissions, which a sophisticated attacker could pick up nearby. That's where Faraday cages come in. A Faraday cage is essentially a room or an enclosure made of a conductive material, like a metal mesh. This structure blocks all external electromagnetic signals from getting in and, more importantly, prevents any internal signals from getting out. Think of it as a complete radio silence zone. When you place sensitive equipment inside a Faraday cage, you cut it off from Wi-Fi, cellular signals, radio waves, everything. This is crucial for secure government labs and military facilities where they need to prevent any possibility of remote snooping or signal interception. You could be standing right outside with the most advanced listening gear in the world, and you wouldn't pick up a thing. It's like putting your computer inside a digital black hole. But what if someone manages to get physical access? What if they get past the guards and the air gaps? The next layer of security is you. I'm talking about biometric-only vaults. Forget passwords that can be guessed or keypads that can have their inputs recorded. These systems rely on something that is uniquely yours, your biological identity. We're not just talking about a simple fingerprint scanner on your phone. High-end systems use multi-factor biometrics. For example, you might need a simultaneous retina scan, a facial recognition match, and even a voice print analysis to gain access. Some experimental systems are even exploring DNA as the ultimate key. Your unique genetic code will be required to unlock the system. The complexity of forging multiple, simultaneous biometric markers makes this type of security incredibly robust. You can't steal a retina or fake a DNA signature on the fly. It's a lock that only you can open. Even with all these defenses, what happens if an attacker somehow gets their hands on a storage device? What if they steal a hard drive full of state secrets? That's where self-destructing hardware comes into play. This isn't just about software that erases files. This is physical self-destruction. These drives are engineered with built-in safeguards that trigger if they're tampered with. For example, if the drive detects an unauthorized attempt to open its casing, a sudden change in temperature, or even a wrong password attempt after a certain number of tries, it can initiate a self-destruct sequence. This could involve a small chemical charge that physically melts the memory chips, or a process that floods the circuits with a high voltage, frying them instantly. The data isn't just deleted, it's rendered physically unrecoverable. For military and intelligence operations, ensuring that captured data cannot be read by the enemy is paramount, and this is the ultimate failsafe. Finally, let's talk about the network itself. How can you communicate securely in a world where central servers can be monitored or shut down? The answer is encrypted mesh networks. Unlike the traditional internet where your data goes through a central provider, a mesh network is decentralized. Every user or node connects directly to other nodes. Your data hops from one user to the next, wrapped in multiple layers of encryption until it reaches its destination. No single entity controls the network, making it incredibly resilient to censorship or surveillance. To trace a message, you'd have to track its path through a constantly shifting web of anonymous users, which is a nearly impossible task. This is why these networks are often used by journalists, activists, and whistleblowers operating in environments where free speech is at risk. It's a network built for anonymity and survival. From quantum physics to physical destruction, the quest for unhackable technology is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. This isn't just about creating stronger locks. It's about fundamentally rethinking the nature of security itself. We're moving toward a world where data is protected not just by code, but by the very laws of the universe. It's not just security, it's digital armor. So let me ask you, if this technology were widely available, would you trust your most important secrets to it? What do you think is the future of digital security? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this look into the future of tech, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.